Hey everybody. The last few months, probably since April 2008, I've gotten tattooed every 2 weeks consistently, and today is July 24th. So I have sensitive skin, and I was thinking my tattoo artist actually recommended that I do a little video to help people out who have sensitive skin. So the thing I would recommend usually is if you get your arm wrapped, because I just got mine done a few hours ago. I finished a full sleeve. If you get your arm wrapped, it's better to probably sleep with it the first night. The plasma and everything there is not going to create any type of infection, because before they put any type of saran wrap or anything like that, it's totally clean, so it won't get infected. Plus the ink and the plasma will sit in there and it won't drip onto your sheets or your pillows or your blanket or anything like that, which you don't want anyway. Also, when it comes to washing your arm the next day, I would recommend to use something like maybe a dial. This has no scent or fragrance or anything like that. It's when you pump it, foam comes out. But there's other products too that are really good. But I noticed this is good. I use regular dial soap on my tattoo. And then there's aftercare. A lot of people use, I don't have it here right now, Aquaphora. That's a popular one. But the one that I so far find to be really amazing is the H2 Ocean. It's aftercare. So you can see it's not thick, so when you put it on your skin, you probably have to do it a few times a day where it doesn't cake up. Because if you put really heavy, thick petroleum like cream or any type of gel or anything like that on your tattoo, it's not going to allow it to really heal. And then if you do have a heavily scabbed tattoo, which you shouldn't, but if you do because the artist maybe went over too many times or too deep, you have a greater chance for an infection. So if you put really thick based like petroleum jelly or Vaseline or anything crazy like that, which you definitely shouldn't, on your tattoo, the scab gets really loose. So if you rub anything, it rips it off. Every time it rips off, you tend to bleed, and then ink comes out, and then your new tattoo will look really old really quick. So that's one thing you definitely don't want. Another thing from H2 Ocean, they have this ocean foam. This you could put like the second or third day after you've been using this. There's also like a tattoo like care kit that comes with also a green foam, which is really similar to this. This is just a lot bigger, because if you get the kit itself, it's going to be something that's only 2 ounces. It'll last you for your tattoo for sure, but if you have a really big size tattoo like your back or your chest or something really big, it might not last as long. So you want to get something that could cover space and you can wash stuff a little more frequently. Also, I would recommend after you get out of a shower, not to shower for long too. You want to take a quick shower, clean everything that you need to and get out. Don't sit in there and let the moisture sit in and start to really sink into the new ink within the tattoo. It won't mess up the ink, but now when you go to get out of the shower, if you use a towel and you slightly scratch it, the scab will come off and you'll bleed and ink will come out, and that'll make little bald spots within the tattoo, which you don't want, because you want it to look even fresh and brand new as long as you can. Also, the thing that I've been doing, because I got an infection from the first person I went to, where I don't use my towel to dry off that area that got tattooed. I take paper towels into the bathroom. Also, the thing that you want to do is you don't want to rub the tattoo itself when you get out of the shower. If you have paper towels, the best thing to do is just pat it down and just pull it off slowly and pat it down. You don't want to do any type of rubbing movements, because that will right away take the scab off and it'll bleed and the ink will come out. So these are things that you definitely want to try to think of doing for yourself, so you could have the best healing process, so your tattoo could look new for a longer period of time. Sun will fade it. Also, when you first get a new tattoo, you don't want to be in the sun for the first 3 months. So if you do get a sleeve you want to try to get something. I don't have anything else, but this is one of them. It's like a UV protector. So you put this on over the arm with the tattoo, so you could be outside, but you're not really letting the sun penetrate this, because that could burn out the ink also. You really don't want to be in the sun for the first 3 months wherever the tattoo is. So if it's your arm, you want your arms covered. If it's your back, keep your shirt on. Yeah, those are some of the major tips itself. Let's see what else. Yeah, well, if you go into the sun within the first couple of weeks after the tattoo, it's almost like getting laser tattoo removal. It's not going to take the whole thing out, but it's to make it age pretty quickly, which you don't want to do. Also, if you notice you have any type of pimples or anything like that, or a rash from whatever reason, Neosporin, so far this has been the best kind that I've used. I've tried the CVS brand and all that other stuff, and there might be just one little minor ingredient that doesn't make it as good as this, but I did try Sanoderm, which is like a plastic wrap, but it has glue on it, so it sticks to your skin, and it's supposed to protect everything. But I have really sensitive skin, so wherever the Sanoderm was, it made me get little red pimples all over in that area. So for me, that's not good for me, but for some people it does work, and it does keep the area protected, because it just keeps anything from getting rubbed, of course, and from getting wet. So it creates a seal, which might be good for you. So it's something that you could try. If you're not sure if you're allergic to it or not, the best thing to do is cut a little piece off if you have it, put it on your forearm, wherever where you're not getting tattooed, and see if you get little bumps or pimples at the end. You'll get that within a day or so. If you don't, then you might not have any allergic reaction, and that might be good for you to use also. Some people really love it, so I'm not knocking it, but I know for myself it hasn't been good to use. So I hope these are some good tips for your new tattoo. I hope it heals well. Make sure you pick a great artist that pertains to your liking. So not everybody's good at every tattoo style. They have the show Ink Master. That's really a misconception, because not everybody's going to be great at every single thing. They're like you could think of the jack of all trades, master of none. So if you like a color tattoo, look for a color artist that really focuses on that. If you like a new age style, go for that. If you like black and gray, go for that. If you want a micro tattoo with little fine lines, find an artist that does majority of their work is that. And then from there, look at their portfolio. Everybody now has Instagram. So to not look on Instagram would actually be doing a disservice to yourself. If you go on Instagram, you could probably see a lot of their work, and then from there you could judge who to go to. And really, the good artists are not going to be cheap. So if you're looking to get a tattoo, something even like this, and you go, oh, I just want to pay $100. You might get $100 worth, and then to get laser removal is going to cost you $3,000 to get it off at least, because the cheapest sessions are usually $300, and you might have to go 10 to 12 times to get your tattoo removed. So you want to really take your time and not be in a rush. Don't do it when you're drunk. Don't do it as a bet. Don't do it when you're on vacation with your best friend, because you want to just get something real quick. Especially if it's Asian calligraphy, it might not mean what you think it is, because not all the flash art is exact, unless the person knows how to read Chinese, Japanese, or anything like that, or Tibetan or Hindi. Then if they read it and they understand it and it says the same thing, then that's fine. But if you look at the flash art that's on the wall, some of the stuff is not exact. So just going through some of the products again. H2 Ocean is really great. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not sponsored by anybody, because I don't do enough YouTube videos. But this stuff is really great. Your skin's able to breathe. It heals quick. It's not cakey or thick. This Dial soap so far has been the thing for me. I use the bars also in the shower, the regular non-scented, traditional old school Dial soap. And if you do have some type of little issue, whatever, Neosporin does not take the ink out of the skin. It just helps it heal. Back 20 years ago, people would tell you to put it on, and then they said to stop because it doesn't make the tattoo heal correctly. That hasn't been the case, because the last 3 months I've done a ton of stuff. Also, if you do get a new tattoo and it's already past like the 3-month window, and you want to put anything on because you're going to go into the sun, make sure you use a sunblock that's high. So even from 50 to 100, it doesn't matter. You don't want to use 20. You don't want that area to get tan because it's going to make it look old. And if you're getting ink, you're going through the pain, the time, and the money, you don't want it to look like shit within a year. So you really want to be mindful of everything and take care of it on a regular basis. So it doesn't matter what brand you get, look into it. But if you're using any type of sunblock, the higher on the tattoo, the better. So if that area is a little, less tan or whatever, you want the tattoo to really be taken care of so it could last long and look as beautiful as it can. All right, I hope this video helped a little bit on just preparing yourself after you get tattooed, and from here, hopefully you heal well and enjoy your new ink. All right, take care.